be cooking today on my Oklahoma Joe's Bronco drum smoker. We're going to be doing the chopped outdoor edition. I've got the smoke rolling. I've got them opened up all the way, waiting for it to get up to temp, and then we'll get ready to cook here in a while. Hey everybody, this is Big Papa with Big Papa's Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing something special. It's Big Papa's Chopped Outdoor Edition. I sent out a post a couple of weeks ago on Facebook asking for 5 different ingredients, random ingredients. I'm wanting to do my version of the TV show Chopped. I got so many different hits on it and so many different suggestions. I appreciate everybody participating. If this works out good, I'm going to be doing this once a month. But I just randomly selected one person that had 5 different ingredients. And today what I'm going to be cooking with, what I'm going to be making a dish with, is these 5 ingredients. I have pork belly. I have turnip greens. I have cilantro. I have goat cheese. And I have blueberries. So we're going to turn those 5 and plus some other different ingredients into a dish that I can cook on my grill and on my smoker. I'm going to do everything outside on my grill and my smoker today, so we're going to see how it goes. Join me for the ride. First, what we're going to do is we're going to saute the turnip greens, and we're going to saute them with a little bit of onion and a little bit of garlic. So we're going to come over here. I've already got my iron skillet in my Acorn Kamado grill, and it should be screaming hot, and you can see it is. First thing you want to do, I've already got some oil in it. First thing you want to do, oh yeah, listen to that sizzle. Close this grill up. We're going to need it again in a little while, so we want to keep it open and keep it hot. Okay, now that we got those turnips, we've got them wilted down. We got the onions and the garlic translucent and good to go. Next thing we're going to do, that's my turnip greens. That's the first ingredient used. Next thing we're going to go to is we're going to go to my pork belly. I just bought this. I actually got this at Sam's. It's just about, let's see, it is a 4.5 pound pork belly. It does have the skin on. For what I'm going to do, you do want the skin on. And you pull it out. The first thing we're going to do once we get it out of the bag here, we're going to lay it skin side, fat side up. You just want to take your knife and you want to make score marks about an inch and a half apart. Okay, once you get the hash marks on your skin side, you want to flip it over. And if you're asking, well, doggone, what's he going to do with the pork belly? Well, I'm about to show you. We're about to make a porchetta. Porchetta is basically all it is just a piece of the pork belly. We're going to roll it up. We're going to stuff it, roll it up with the skin side out, tie it up, and we're going to smoke it today at about 250 degrees for maybe about 2.5, 3 hours or so. Then after that, we're going to crank the heat up, and we're going to cook it for 400 for maybe about an hour 15 minutes. What we're going to be looking for is an internal temperature of about 140 to 145 when we pull it off. So the first thing we need to do to make our porchetta is we need to season it. I'm going to season today. I'm going to be using Sweet Smoky Joe's, the honey chipotle rub. These are some friends of mine that have a store here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. They also have a website at www.sweetsmokyjoes.com. If you're looking for some good rubs, you need to look them up. But we'll start off first with just a good coat of rub. Then after that, we're going to want to add a little bit more salt. So I have some sea salt here. And then next, we're about to use ingredient number 3, your goat cheese. What you want to do with the goat cheese is have it sitting out maybe about 30 or 40 minutes before you start. You want it at room temperature where you'll be able to get it and spread it. What we're going to do with the goat cheese, I just don't know any other way to do it, so I'm just going to get in it with my hands. And you want to spread it on this side, this end of the porchetta, because we're going to roll it this way. So you're wanting it on this end to be on the inside. And just make sure you get a good line all the way across, press it in. So we got a good line of the goat cheese there. Then next what we have is our cilantro. We want to take our cilantro, and it's going to be part of our seasoning on the inside of this beautiful porchetta. That cilantro is just rough chopped. I also have some thyme. This is about 2 tablespoons of thyme. Just sprinkle it all over. Make sure you get a good cover into the thyme. We also got about a tablespoon of chives. Doesn't that look good? All those fresh herbs, that goat cheese, our seasoning. And then to top it off, we're going to take our sauteed turnip greens and garlic. I'm going to spread that all in here. Try to spread it out and make it even everywhere, so when you roll it, it'll roll good. All right, now that we got all of our stuffing in, the next step is going to be to try to roll this bad boy. So you want to take it, you want to try to roll it just as tight as you can. Once you get it rolled in as tight as you can, kind of tuck it in everywhere. You want to try to keep it as tight. You want to make a little log out of it like this. Then our next step that we're going to do is we're going to take some butcher's twine, and we're going to tie it up so it'll keep its shape, so it'll cook even. Went to my local butcher here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. He was nice enough to give me some butcher's twine to be able to do this with. You want to start in the middle. Just kind of take this and slide it up under. You want to start in the middle here. Pretty simple. Just take it. I'm not a knot tire, y'all, so this is not going to look pretty. It's not going to be a pretty knot, but it will be effective. I just tie a double knot like that. Then all you want to do is come in here, trim it off. All right, now that we got it all tied up and got it rolled up, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put it over on my Oklahoma Joe Bronco drum smoker. I've got it set. It's going to be running about 250. We're just going to take it and let it rest right there. That's going to sit there for, like I said, maybe 2.5 to 3 hours at around 250, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what comes next. Okay, now that we got the porchetta on, we've got 4 of the ingredients down. We got 1 more ingredient left to go. This is the one that kind of threw me the curveball. What am I going to do with blueberries? So what I decided to do is make a blueberry chutney. We're going to make a blueberry chutney as a glaze to go on top of the porchetta when we get ready to eat it. We've got a 1/2 cup of the brown sugar, just about a tablespoon of the minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of the minced onions. I'm just going to use a little bit of the cilantro just to give it a little taste, a little pinch of salt, and it's a 1/3 cup of the apple cider vinegar. So we're going to move over here. I've got my iron skillet screaming hot again, and we're going to go over here and make the chutney. We'll take the blueberries, put those in first, followed by the apple cider vinegar. We're going to incorporate our brown sugar. Then you'll take your garlic, your onions, just a little pinch of cilantro just to give it a little green and a little flavor. And you're wanting just a touch of salt. Just maybe a pinch and a half. Once we get that stirred in good, we're going to close the lid and let it cook for just a minute, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. One thing I forgot is going to give it a little bit of depth of flavor and a little bit of earthiness is just a little sprinkle of allspice. We're just going to stir that in. Then we're going to let it sit and just kind of simmer for just a little while. Get everything incorporated and cooked together. All right, you see it's just simmering just a little bit. We've been letting it do that for about the last 2 or 3 minutes. Starting to break those blueberries down. The next step we'll do after we stir this around a little bit, we've got our 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Don't add it all at one time. Just kind of sprinkle a little in. Start stirring as you're sprinkling. Then once you get the cornstarch in and good and stirred up, we're going to close the top back down, let it simmer for a little bit more, let that cornstarch start doing its thing and thickening everything up. All right, we've been letting it simmer for another couple of minutes. You'll see how it's thickening up. It's getting perfect. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Look at that color on that. That is beautiful. Getting good and thick. Now the last thing I'm going to do before I pull it off, we're going to take our Sweet Smoky Joe rub, the honey chipotle rub. Just going to put just a little dash just to give it some depth. I'm going to stir that in, and that is turning out perfect. Everything's incorporated. The sauce is thickening up. Beautiful. All right, we got this blueberry chutney done. Nice and thick, nice glaze. We're gonna give it just a little bit of a taste, just to see how we did. Make sure you blow on it because it's gonna be hot and sticky. Good, it's got the sweet with it. It's got the back tones of your garlic and your onion also. You can taste that allspice. Everything's just coming together. It's gonna be beautiful on top of that porchetta. I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil over the top. And then I've got my Sweet Smoky Joe rub, the honey chipotle. And you gotta adjust for the wind. Okay. Then after we add the rub, we're gonna close her back down. We got another about an hour at a high temperature. We're gonna let it run as high as it'll go. If it'll get up to 400, we're gonna let it go. If it gets up to 450, we're gonna let it go. We'll just keep a check on it. Look for a crisp skin and an internal temperature of about 145 or so. All right, that's what we have as the final product. We have our porchetta. You can see it browned on the outside, ooey gooey on the inside. I'm gonna pull it off. We're gonna let it rest for just a little while before we cut into it. All right, the porchetta is done. We're gonna slice it off. Let's see what the inside looks like. All that good ooey gooiness. Look at it running out of there. I like mine sliced thin. There we go. The chopped outdoor edition with pork belly, goat cheese, turnip greens, blueberries, and cilantro. Now the next thing is I get to eat it. That's my favorite part. All right, now I'm about to try my porchetta with the blueberry chutney. Get in here and get me a piece. It's got the blueberries in it. Fat rendered down. Nice flavor with the sweetness of the blueberries and the earthiness of the greens, and also that goat cheese. One thing I will tell you, something I didn't do right, this was supposed to be crisp. I guess I didn't cook it at a high enough heat for long enough. The inside is done perfect, it tastes good, everything tastes great, but that skin didn't crisp up like it was supposed to. But still, I think it's a very good dish. Stay tuned next month for our chopped outdoor edition. Go and like me on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, comment, share, and I'll see you next week. God bless.